How can you modify an irrevocable farm trust if circumstances change? Imagine planting a tree and knowing you cannot change its shape or size later. That's how an irrevocable farm trust is designed, firm and unchangeable. But life on the farm can surprise you, and sometimes you need to make adjustments. So, how can you do that when the trust is set in stone? Well, there are a few ways. The easiest method is if everyone involved agrees. If the person who created the trust, called the settlor, is still alive and all the beneficiaries agree, they can change the trust. This is called a unanimous consent. It's like everyone agreeing to change the rules of a game. The key is that the changes must not go against the main purpose of the trust. For example, if the trust was set to keep farmland in the family, changes can't undo that goal. All beneficiaries, even minors or unborn heirs, must agree through their legal representatives. This method works best when everyone is on the same page about the farm's future. If everyone can't agree, then the next step is to ask a court for help. This is called court approval or judicial modification. The court can change the trust if it finds there was a mistake when creating it, or if circumstances have changed so much that sticking to the original terms no longer makes sense. For example, if a family member becomes unable to manage the farm, or market conditions shift dramatically, the court can step in. The court's goal is to make sure the trust still serves its original purpose and protects everyone's interests. This process involves legal paperwork and sometimes a hearing, but it gives a way to adapt the trust legally. Another option is decanting. Think of it like pouring water from one glass into another, but with trust assets. The trustee transfers the assets from the current trust into a new one with updated rules. This is only possible if the trust agreement or state law allows the trustee to do so. Decanting can be used to change how the farm assets are managed, who benefits, or how distributions are made. It's often quicker and more private than going to court. But the trustee must have the authority to do this, which is usually outlined in the trust document. Some trusts include a special role called a trust protector. This person is independent and can make certain changes without court approval. They can amend provisions related to trustees or beneficiaries, or respond to unexpected issues. This role adds flexibility, especially in farming situations where conditions can change rapidly. For example, if a new law affects farmland ownership, the trust protector can adjust the trust accordingly. Lastly, trustees often have some powers built into the trust. They can change the trustee, move the trust to a different location, or sell farmland if needed. These powers allow the trust to adapt to market changes or family needs without altering the main terms. For example, if farmland becomes more valuable in another state, the trustee might decide to relocate the trust's legal situs to benefit from better laws or tax rules. In farmland investment and estate planning, these options help keep the trust aligned with current realities. They let you adjust how income is distributed, who manages the farm, or where the farm is located. If a family member becomes unable to manage the farm, or if market conditions shift, you can use these methods to keep the farm productive and the trust functioning smoothly. While an irrevocable farm trust is meant to be stable, these legal tools give you ways to adapt when life throws unexpected changes your way. Knowing these options helps you plan for the future and protect your farmland for generations to come.